Cameron.
Yes, sir.
Today is the day. Today is the day
I knew it was
that
coming.
we get to see what?
What? That's it.
What's coming?
No, that's it.
You don't even know what I've said yet. Today is the day that we get to see Manchester United finally play some decent football and come out 2-0 victors in this game at Old Trafford. I firmly believe it. Do you?
I'm not gonna lie, that is not what I could add about 50 guesses. I was not going to guess that is what you were going to say.
Maybe I changed what I was going to say halfway through, but yes.
I thought you were going to say it was your time to do an intro. Was that ever on your mind, though?
No. Cameron, today is the day. It is your time to do an intro. Go.
Nah, that's it. We're done. That
Look into the camera and give an intro.
No, that is the intro. That is it. We've just said it. We've done it.
Okay. No, today is actually the time that we get to see Manchester United versus Liverpool. Massive derby. I'm based in, let's just say, I'm based close to the Manchester City Centre, and there's been a lot of fucking hype today. I've been working, and you can't escape the sight of red shirts. And there seems to be, I don't know, a mix of anticipation, not only for the game, but also for the potential of making a statement against the Glazer ownership. So we'll get to see today, I'm sure, a decent game, a cagey match, I think. I don't think it will be one where we'll see free-flowing football, to be honest, but we should see some feisty moments from the fans and the players alike. So what were your takeaways from your scraped lucky win? You hit the crossbar like twice. I can't even frame it as lucky. I'm just being salty. What were your takeaways?
It was another fantastic cagey match. You've seen hundreds of this when Conte was in charge of Chelsea, where it would just be park the bus and kind of dominate a little bit at the same time. They definitely had us in the first half. They were all over us. Like, I don't think we'd had a shot on target up until half time. So it was a bit hard, but yet the chances they'd created were from deflections. They were long shots. They were like, if you'd scored, it would have been a bit of magic or a bit unlucky from on either side. So it was always decent defensively, but in the second half we just stepped it up, and it's good to see because that's 7 points from the season for us so far, and they are 7 points where we picked up 0 from the same fixtures last season. So it's good times.
I don't think it's good to see. I don't think it's good to see at all. I'm fed up of it. Last season there was Leicester. What other games did you win? Or last minute, Man City, Leicester.
Yeah. Kane dunked Man City.
Give me more. I know there were more, and you know there's more as well.
Davidson Sanchez, he pulled the Watford's trousers down the 95th.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I was salty there as well. I just live in an eternal state of saltiness whenever I watch your games or see highlights, and I'm fed up of it. But it seems to be that I can have some peace of mind through watching my own team. I did get to catch the Arsenal-Bournemouth game, and my confidence last week was not misplaced. I'm very, very glad that I can say that today.
Yeah, it was. I watched like the first half.
And then you turned it off, didn't you?
Oh,
go on, say it.
Aye,
you turned it off.
I did. I couldn't bear to watch his. These are too good.
Willie Saliba forced you to turn your TV off. Have that.
I never seen it until I watched the highlights after. But the defence from Bournemouth was just so poor. It was so bad to watch. Like,
but did you see Jesus dancing again? He's literally living. He's just doing his own favela street skills practice, just week after week.
Yeah, he definitely made the first goal, and then Gabriel took the shot, and then it was just poor defence, and it just fell to Odegaard with no.
Good reactions though. Odegaard misses that last season. Good reactions.
Nah, he didn't miss that last season. It's a tap-in.
He does miss that last season because he's never in the position to fucking take it.
Okay.
Or if he does, he chooses to pass instead. Open goal, he's like, no, I'm going to slot this to Saka. There you are, your responsibility. But now he's got the captain's armband. He looks like he's owning it as well.
Start padding.
Aye, that's it.
Bournemouth looked like they fielded their under 15s. I couldn't watch. They were just poor, mate. They were just poor.
Men against boys.
They beat Villa week 1, and they got a draw last week, I believe. So this was a bit more of a return to normality viewing for Bournemouth fans, I think.
It's just like wrong. This is wrong.
And this sums up more of where and why we put them bottom of our league.
Sure, we can't do this every week. Every week we can't be like, our team that we put in 19th proved us wrong. Oh shit, Leeds smashed fucking Chelsea 3-0. I've had a mare. We can't do that every week. Like, eventually it's going to even out, surely.
I mean, not all of us put Leeds in 19th though.
No, you put Brentford. It's equally as ludicrous.
One of them beat Chelsea 3-0, and the other one got put 19th. Didn't get a point this week.
True, but that's because they were facing the glory of the Serbian beast himself.
Do you know what? I seen it. I caught that game, and I remember talking about the Fulham-Liverpool game last week, and I was like, Trench just poor defensively, and you asked me, does Mitrovic not do that to everyone though?
He did it again,
and it was the exact same goal.
Yeah,
it was a header over the fullback at the far post.
It was
a carbon copy. It was exactly what you said.
It's at the point where I really want him in fantasy now, but I've fully committed to the Jesus, Kane, Haaland trio. You know, I'm just looking at it. It's sad that I can't be part of the party.
I might go at the party.
You know who else is shite? Leicester. What are they doing? What is Brendan doing?
Brendan is rotten.
From 1-0 up to 2-1 down. Bottling it in a way that only you could be proud of.
Coming from the master bottlers, the bottle merchants.
Who? Glasgow Celtic? What do you mean?
Well,
Glasgow Celtic, we win everything.
Glasgow Celtic lost me £100 bet the other day.
Why?
Because I had them down to win 2.5 goals or more, and
so
I needed a third. It was 2-0.
What, against Hearts?
Yeah, it was 2-0.
Oh, so it was. Oh shit, I'm a shit fan.
No. Whereas I needed one goal more for either team.
Yeah.
And they lost. And if that had happened, I would have got like £100. But it's neither here nor there.
One doesn't simply gamble on Angie's team and walk away with victory.
You can tell it.
Angie has it his way. Only Angie wins.
He's better than Eddie Howe to me.
I'm going to insert the song.
Yeah,
insert the song.
The Celtic song here.
Oh.
No one's going to get the reference unless the song's in there.
And you know who else is only able to win? Just like Angie, Man City are only able to win. Or are they? Today, this weekend even, we got to see that God truly can bleed. Because Newcastle absolutely took the game to them, and in my opinion, we're very unfortunate to come away with just a point.
Is that it?
That's my segue.
Unreal.
What do you want?
Gods are able to bleed.
It's true?
Yeah.
Have you seen Batman vs Superman?
I've not.
Good for you. You've made a good life choice. Don't watch it.
City got smacked. City did get smacked. Walker got caught looking like Trent at that right back spot, far too high, and just left gaps in behind.
Whereas Trippier looked like prime Roberto Carlos. You see that free kick?
It was filthy.
Right, we have 12 minutes till kick off. We could talk about many things about the Newcastle and City game, but I just have one question for you, Cameron, okay?
Yeah.
Is Erling Haaland in Foden's mum's DMs? Did you see it again? The refusal to give him the cutback for the easy tapping. How many times is it going to happen?
That's what, twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was identical as well. Literally the exact same scenario. And
Yeah.
Pep again threw his arms in the air. He just didn't sub him this time.
And I never seen it in the first game, but this time Pep was absolutely livid. You could see it. Like the cameras caught it on purpose.
No wonder, because if that happens, they go 2-0 up and the whole game changes, the whole outlook, you know?
Yeah. You've got to wonder what Haaland knows, already about Foden.
Now, not only could City's scoring of that second goal, if Foden had decided to pass to Haaland, not only could that have changed the shape of the game to come, But also, Trippier's red card might have shaped it as well. Where did you stand on that? Did you see it? You think it was fair to overturn that?
Yeah, I seen it. It was never a red. It was a tactical foul, but you can see he kind of pulls out to save any sort of injury to De Bruyne as it is. So it was a good thing that the referees overturned that, because in my opinion, it definitely wasn't a red.
Fair. I also don't think it's a red, but for a different reason. I don't think that he attempted to pull out of anything. I just think he had the safety cap on from the beginning. Like, his studs were never showing, but it's still really high, and it could have done some. It could have caused some dangerous impact to the knees of De Bruyne, because it was pretty fucking high. But yeah, I saw something interesting online that was asking, should the state of injury that's inflicted by a tackle and the degree of injury, how bad it is, should that affect the ruling where punishment for fouls like that is concerned? What do you think about that?
It's hard to say, because you might not get the injury until after the game. That's the thing. I would say if the injury there and then is obvious and definite, I'd say yes. If there's complete call for a stretcher or anything like that, I'd maybe say that's been complete reckless and too reckless at that point. So I would say, yeah. Would you?
Okay, but in this case, I'll tell you what I think in a sec, but in this case, if De Bruyne had gone to the floor and rolled around crying and had to be stretchered off, do you think it's a red? The same tackle?
Yeah, because then that's caused an injury. I would say so, yeah. I believe the outcome does have to merit the decision.
I don't know if I agree with you on this one, because for me it's all about, it's cliche to say, it's all about intent and potential of harm, and I feel like the potential of harm was quite high with that challenge. Okay, so which I'm now realising that I'm disagreeing with myself and saying that I still don't think it was a red. But okay, so I don't know. So I'm kind of in this weird middle ground.
So if we flip it on the other hand and say that he did get the red card, and then say, would you then say if he went down, he got the red card, and then De Bruyne went down horribly injured and had to get subbed off, would you still think it would be a red card then if he didn't go down injured, but you still believe it's a red card?
By consistent logic, the answer should be yes. I'm just refusing to answer it.
Okay. I think there is a place in the game for having a red card, more situation dependent.
There is a place in the game. It's just not this game. It's rugby.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching rugby, you're just there for the men jumping on top of each other. So.
Oh, aye. So is Willie Saliba. Just you wait for his celebration when he scores another screamer next week.
He's just waiting in those changing rooms. But his first name isn't Willie. It's just a nickname.
This is actually awful. I don't want this to become the rhetoric.
His real name's just like Jonathan, but he just gets called Willie Saliba.
Big Willie.
Because he's just got his knob everywhere he goes. Saliba was that guy in school. Fuck. He'd just be randomly sitting on the bus, and before you know, someone's just got their knob out. It's Saliba.
Jesus.
The standard. Classic joker. So
we saw on that fateful day that the sun truly did shine brightly on Tyneside. But the sun also shone Brighton.
No man, you can't put that
in. Unlucky, it's in. Unlucky, it's in.
This
is prime.
Like just a B-roll. That needs to go in as just like a B-roll.
This is prime. Just the silence from you really sold it.
You watch me. See when you put this together, you watch me like creasing quietly.
Right, you can do yours. Go.
Mate, I don't even know what to say, man. West Ham were shite.
Fine, that's all we'll say. Moving on.
Yeah.
we're in a strict time crunch.
Brighton were actually decent. Brighton were decent. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, Potter pulled down Moisey's trousers.
cast a killing curse on David Moyes, you could say. Leandro Trossard, the giant killer, once again. I'm getting used to it, you know.
He went to 3 points and hit him with a. Went to 3 points. He went to the Olympic Stadium and went Akio 3 points, and that was it. Game over.
This video's so shit. I love it. It's amazing.
This one's not going out, is it? We'll re-record this.
What do you mean, mate? This is the best yet. This is actually the best yet by miles. I'm creased. I'm delirious. I've had no hours sleep in the past 27. I'm just chilling. We've got 8 minutes till kickoff. Did you see Tuchel this week?
How was he on the touchline this week? I thought he got a match ban.
No, it got okay. So what happened was Conte's match ban was like, you know, rescinded, but Tuchel got to like waive his for the time being until he can be heard in court because he appealed it, I think.
Oh, okay.
You know, so he might serve it at a later date.
Opinion. Yeah,
basically. But for now, he's okay. He's safe there. Not that it fucking mattered. They probably would have done better without him.
I was going to say, see when I seen that they both got a red card, I was like, oh, that's good. At least we're at home, and Chelsea have to go away to Leeds. I was like, hopefully there's a wee upset there. This was an absolute spanking. Like, this one wasn't even close.
Rodrigo again. He's a monster. Where's this come from?
I don't know. It's sort of like a resurgence now that Rafinha's not there.
He's like, I'm going to step up and be the top Donny.
You've got to think now as well, though, that because like Rafinha's not a one-trick pony anymore, and it's no longer a one-man show, does the team almost work better because there's no big egos? Do you know what I mean? Maybe. I also saw that this is the fewest. What was it? The fewest shots or the fewest XG? I can't remember that Leeds have had against them since their first game under Jesse March. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? He's definitely living up to the expectations I gave him.
Yeah, but you know who isn't? Raheem Sterling. Did you see his miss?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he made the chance himself, so it's a bit harsh to like shit on him for it. But if you're a player of his quality, you should at least be testing a keeper from there.
He's not. He didn't really do much against Tottenham. He got that easy assist, but still goalless.
Yeah, man, he's moving like Lacazette. Fraudulence that only Lacazette could be proud of. Wonder how Lacazette's doing nowadays. Where is he?
Mate, he's cracked. He's cracked.
Is he? What's he up to?
Yeah, he's out at Lyon.
Everyone goes to Lyon and is cracked instantly. Moussa Dembele had the most awful stint at Atletico, and then went back to Lyon and scored 30 in a season. I didn't even realise.
Mate, he went back to Lyon because you bought him off.
No, I know. And he was cracked at Lyon before as well.
Okay, so week 1 in their league, he scored in the 22nd. He's 2 goals in 2 games, mate.
Fair. Yeah.
It's a little bit better than 1 goal in 17 for Arsenal.
Don't forget the 9 assists though. Those 9 assists got me gassed. I believed that he was going to assist us to get Champions League football, but he only assisted me in shitting my pants on the last day for no reason.
One of them was a penalty as well.
Against Leicester, I remember it well.
No, I mean one of his goals this season have been a penalty.
Oh, fair, right.
Nicolas Tagliafico as well.
Ooh,
what a player!
Speaking of assets that have moved from the Dutch league, Tagliafico came from the Dutch league, right?
He came from Ajax.
Oh, I got it in one. Amazing. Speaking of assets that came from the Dutch league, are we enjoying the news? With 4 minutes before kickoff, that United are primed to spend 100 million on Anthony.
Yeah, I've seen that. Is it a good signing? Yes, but is it their biggest problem right now? Like, no, it's not.
No, but the biggest problem was CDM, and they've just signed Casemiro. So to be fair to them,
is it now not their next issue? Fullbacks
or centre backs, but they've just loaned out Eric Bailly, who's probably like one of the top 2 centre backs. They've just loaned him out with the option to buy. Just awful business all round.
Where'd he go?
Good question.
I heard that he did leave, and I actually meant to look it up. But
he went to France, I believe. I do not know which team. But yeah, it's an option to buy. It's just horrendous. Why would you not at least keep him on your books? Well, not in your
Marseille?
books, but possible. Oh, he's doing the Saliba route. Fair play to him. I hope all works out, because look what happened to Saliba. Now he's the best thing since sliced bread. Have you seen him? Future Ballon d'Or winner. Van Dijk wishes.
Come back in 2 seasons, and then Harry Maguire will be shit in his pants.
Yeah, he'll film a video of him off his mates and laughing while they've all got the and then he'll come back a new man.
Mate, that can't go in. That can't go in.
I have to say, this is the best video by miles.
But their problem wasn't right wing and left wing, was it? Like, Jadon Sancho is good quality. I don't know, man. Their whole team needs a rebuild, and if we're going to waste 100 million on one player, that's up to them.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's terrible business, but I hope they keep doing it. I want to see them chuck money at the solution and then be confused why their galactical plan isn't working despite it being 10 years too late. I want to see
Diogo Dalot is not Man U standard.
No.
It's not.
Who is Man U standard? Is
Anthony
Rashford
Elanga
Man U standard? No, you were rating him last year. I remember I was slating him, saying he's just,
as a youngster though. As a youngster, he's not prime to start against Liverpool standard,
he's not prime Oliver Skip. I get what you mean, alright? Not everyone can be as good as Ollie Skip and Harry Winks.
Ollie Skip will come back into this team when he's not injured.
He will, and you'll start dropping points. I can't wait.
That Ollie Skip and Yves Bissouma will start against Arsenal. I know it.
Why do you call them Yevs?
Is it not Yves?
Is it Yevs, or is it like Eves?
Oh, it's Yves.
In what world is that Yevs? Right, who cares? We've gone on too long. That was the roundup for this week. I think you'll agree that it's the most succinct one that we will ever do. And I think now we can go into the Man United Liverpool game. And one thing's for sure, the structure of that Man United team will be just as poor as the structure of this video so far. Enjoy. Wow. So, half time, and it seems that my ludicrous, facetious prophecy is coming true. It's coming to fruition. It is 1-0 to Manchester United. Did we see this coming, Cameron? Are you shocked? Are you impressed? What are your thoughts?
I'm not surprised, but I'm impressed. They did need to bounce back under Ten Hag. The first 2 results have been absolutely abysmal. So this was a good chance to put a good foot on the table to propel themselves up against what is again a weaker Liverpool side. So it's been a good half. Man U have created the better chances, I would say. We've seen Elanga hitting the post early on, and then obviously getting their goal, mate. What do you think?
I think that neither team was any good. I think that United just got away with scoring an own goal. You know what I mean? By booting it off of their own player's head. Like, yeah, but I don't know.
As much as it is 1-0, the game could easily be like 2 each already.
For sure. The balance of play I think favours Man United for sure. Which is shaking our camera. Which is surprising to me. I thought it would be cagey. I don't know if it necessarily has been cagey. But there's far more structure to United than I thought there was going to be in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked really good actually. Rashford's started to create those attacking opportunities that he hasn't done over the last couple months. Eriksen's been looking okay. Fernandes has been looking okay. Just the players that they looked bad because they weren't performing have started to show a bit of their old self again, and look a bit more promising.
For me, there's a bit more desire for sure. It looks as if to me the absence of I don't want to call them the main scapegoats that we've seen in recent weeks, but the absence of Maguire, the absence of Ronaldo, the absence of, who else is missing? Fred, I don't know. These players that are kind of memed into oblivion. It seems as though there's a bit more of a serious work ethic to this 11 that we've got today, even if the talent isn't quite the same.
Yeah, we were talking about a game earlier, and about who was it again? It was Leeds, talking about Rafinha leaving, and maybe leaving the likes of Ronaldo out, and Maguire, people that are in the public light too much and can get a lot of things playing on their mind. He's maybe done a good thing by leaving a lot of them out and letting the team talk instead of like having the news choose the team for him almost.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or it just could be the case that Liverpool are that shite. Who knows? I don't. I think I said to you during the game, I'm shocked by how underwhelming Liverpool's midfield seems to be. They seem to be just not. They don't have the same drive that United have. They're not getting into those 50-50s and coming out with the ball as often as United are. For whatever reason that is, I think it could just be down to age. To be honest, you know, they're more experienced, more wise, but they might not just have the tank in them that some of the more youthful United players have in that midfield.
Yeah, I mean, not that he's been a bad player, but if James Milner starting this week, Harvey Elliott starting this week because of injuries, it's that's not a title winning midfield too, is it? Like not at this stage. Like Harvey Elliott maybe in the future, but had it in James Milner maybe about 5-10 years ago, but Milner, Henderson, and Harvey Elliott isn't a.
In this,
But Fabinho's on the bench. I don't see why they've left him on the bench.
it must be a fitness issue. It must be. You don't drop Fabinho, especially not for a game of this magnitude.
Nah.
Regardless of form, it's still Man United.
You'd have to see him come on though if they're going to continue to get battered in the midfield like that. Scott McTominay is looking like Casemiro already.
Now Casemiro's in the door, he's looking over his shoulder like, fuck,
It's like,
gotta
oh,
retain
no.
my place somehow.
My position's
I guess I'll
gone.
outplay him.
Never realised that playing good was actually an answer all along. But we've seen the goal from Jadon Sancho. Was that a ball in from Malacia straight to Sancho, and he twists and fake shots, fills the keeper and then slots it in the opposite corner?
Yeah, it slots it past the statue, the traffic cone on the 6-yard box that was Van Dijk.
He was rooted. He was rooted.
What is up with Van Dijk this
Oh, he
season?
looks
What's wrong with him? He seems off his game.
I don't know, man. Maybe,
Last season he had an excuse, he was coming back from injury, but this Van Dijk has no excuse.
it's hard to say. I don't want to say a return to normality, but he has been the best defender in the world for the last year and a half.
Return to normality, as if he's ever been shite.
No, I'm not saying that he's been shite, but he's been a. But at some point, you're going to have to be making mistakes, aren't you? Like, it comes to everyone's game. But
Look, I know what you're trying to say. There comes a point where the apprentice must usurp the master.
yes,
There comes a point when you have to say, out with the old, in with the big Willie Saliba.
yeah.
I understand.
And then Romero will happily 2-foot Saliba out the road for that title.
And then Romero will find Saliba waiting for him in the showers. No, okay, I can't say that.
And then on the way to the car, you'll just see Eric Dyer waiting to open the door for you. The real best
The
defender
door being
in the
your arsehole. Alright, aye.
league. The real best defender in the league.
Right, we're getting into tangents. Anyway, second half, what are your predictions? Go. Do you think we're going to see much of the same? Or do you think Liverpool will be more rejuvenated?
Nah, more attacking. I have to see midfield swap coming in. Fabio Carvalho or Fabinho both coming on. I'll go for final one each. Liverpool score, one each.
Alright, well, you ready? I started this video off with a meme, but I guess I'm kind of fucking... I'm stuck with it now. I'm going to have to stick with my guns and say 2-0. 2-0 Man United.
Nice.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Go big or go home.
Right. See you at full time.
Aye.
Right, guys, and there you have it. That is full time out at Old Trafford. Man United have beaten Liverpool 2-1 to move off the bottom of the league. Marcus Rashford with the 53rd minute goal and Mohamed Salah with the consolation in the 81st. What do you make of the game, Daniel?
I, for one, am delighted. Now, the United fans can think that, well, the United board can think that their squad is good enough and they don't need to make too many more changes and improvements. And ultimately, both of us will be wrong, hopefully, with our predictions that United will finish above Arsenal. So that's where my head's at right now. Also, Liverpool I'm slightly worried for, because that's 2 points from 3 games. And if they're going to keep up with City, well, that's pretty much as bad a start as it can be.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool on 2 points from what is realistically should be at least 7 in their books. And Man City still unbeaten. So it's not a great start to the league for them. Does that put them in relegation after today's performance?
Are you kidding?
What, 2 points? They're 16th.
Sure.
They're 16th.
Sure. Mathematically, yes, they're in a relegation fight. There you go.
They are
That could be
16th.
The video headline.
Everyone made a big fuss about Man United being bottom of the league, so I thought I'd do them some justice.
Fair enough. You know what goes around comes around. Fair enough. Liverpool are going down. You heard it here first.
Yeah, definitely. Them and Leicester.
Aye. And Leeds as well.
It's just like wrong. This is wrong.
Is that us for the night then, Daniel?
I think so, mate. I'm fucking knackered, so I'm gonna go and catch up on some much needed sleep before I'm back in work tomorrow in fucking 8 hours time. So I've enjoyed this little watch along kind of session thing. It's been fun.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for everyone for watching. If you want to hit subscribe, that would be ever so thankful. But that is everything from us, mate.
Yeah. Cheers. Good night, everyone.
See you later.